Welcome to day 22 of 30 days of yoga. Again, let's begin sitting nice and tall. Ground yourself with a couple of breaths in and out through the nose. Close your eyes if you want. Now circle your arms up over your head and bring the right hand to the left knee and the other hand is behind you, and you look over your left shoulder behind you. A gentle twist here at the beginning. Now back up and the other side. Left hand is to the right knee and the right hand is behind you. And come on, center, arms up again, interlace your hands and move to the left side. Twist to the left side. Back to center and twist to the right side. And back to center, arms down. Come onto the hands and knees. Arms under shoulder. Tuck your toes and move into downward facing dog. Bicycle your legs, wake them up. And stretch them out. And come onto plank pose. Push your knees down and lower everything down to the ground. Peel your chest up. Upward facing dog, thighs and knees off the floor, and move back into downward facing dog. Move your right leg up and circle it around and bring it between the hands. Come on up, high lunge, arms up and bring it in front of the heart and put your left elbow to your right knee and twist to the side, to the right side. And arms back down and move into plank pose. Knees down and lower everything down to the floor. And thighs and knees off the floor, upward facing dog. And push yourself up into downward facing dog. And move feet to the hands, fold forward, inhale halfway up. Exhale, fold forward, inhale, rise up, and exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold forwards. And plant your palms and step back into plank pose. Knees down, lower everything down to the floor. And upward facing dog, thighs and knees off the floor, and move back into downward facing dog. Left leg up and circle it around. And bring it between the hands. Come on up into the high lunge, arms up. And bring the hands in front of your chest together and bring the right elbow to the left knee. Look over to the left side. Another twist here. And move your arms back down and come into a plank pose. Knees down and lower down to the ground. And thighs and knees off the floor, upward facing dog. And push yourself to downward facing dog. And feet to the hands, fold forward, exhale, inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold forward, inhale, rise up. And exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold forward, inhale, halfway up. Exhale, plant your palms and step back into plank pose. Knees down and lower everything down to the floor. Peel yourself up, thighs and knees off the floor, upward facing dog. And downward facing dog, push yourself back. Take a couple of breaths here. And move your right leg up and between the hands. The other one is flat, so you can align heel to arch, row your two arms to a T. And now a high lunge again. And now circle your elbows and your shoulders around. Back and to the front, back and to the front. And down and into plank pose. Knees down and lower everything down to the floor. And upward facing dog, thighs and knees off the floor. And downward facing dog. And feet to the hands. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, plant the palms and step back into plank pose. Knees down and lower everything down to the floor. And upward facing dog, thighs and knees off the floor. And move back into downward facing dog. Left leg up and between the hands. Back heel flat. Into a warrior two. Front knee is bent over the ankle. And now into a high lunge. And circle the arms and elbows, so you give them a bit of space. And put your arms down and back into a plank pose. Knees down, lower everything down. And peel yourself up. Thighs and knees off the floor, upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Feet to the hands. Fold forward, inhale. No, we rise up. And exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, plant the palms and step back into plank pose. Knees down, lower everything down to the floor. Upward facing dog, thighs and knees off the floor. And down into downward facing dog. Come to a seat. Knees bent in front of you and lift them up. Arms parallel to the legs. Boat pose. I think we did it before. Little core work here. And now try to straighten the leg one at a time. Go with your breath here. Just extend them as much as you can. And lower down. And lay on your back, gently come lower down. And prepare for a bridge pose. And push your hips up for support. Grab your mat, sides of your mat, or interlace your hands at your back. And lower down. Palms of the feet together. Just breathe here, let the knees flap open. This is called reclined bound angle pose. It's often used in restorative yoga to just relax. And move your feet up again and prepare for another bridge pose. And push your hips up off the floor to the sky. And lower down. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock yourself side to side. And extend the right leg out. Flex your ankles. Keep the left hugged in, and now bring it to the right side and look over to your left shoulder. And back to center. Hug both knees in and then extend the left leg, flex your ankles. The right stays at your chest. And bring it to the left. And look over to your right. And come to center, hug your knees in again. And now extend them out. Come to the final resting pose, Savasana. Feet flap open, arms by the side, palms facing up. And just relax. Let your body be and breathe on its own. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Make gentle movements. Come back to here and now and stretch yourself out. Now move to your side, roll over to your side. Thank yourself for showing up to this practice, showing up for yourself, and press yourself up to seated. Hands together. Hands to the heart, to the head, to remind yourself to have clear and loving thoughts. Hands to the heart to remind yourself to have clear and loving intentions. And hands to the mouth to remind yourself to have clear and loving communication, sending this positive energy we created to all beings everywhere. Namaste, going forward any amount. I hope you enjoy this series. I really enjoy making it, even though it's a lot of work, but I really like it and I hope you enjoy it.